Hello, this is Autumn with StampingAVE. I was able to finally get in. It did not like me when I first started, so now I am live, but it is much later than I wanted to get going, so hopefully I'll be able to post this and show all of you that stopped in to see. For some of you that are joining, you have the card pieces that I mailed you, and for those of you that are going to do this on your own, here are the dimensions. We'll take a look at those. The card base is this magenta, and it is 8.5 by 5.5. And then we went ahead and I scored at 2 1/8, and then 6 3/8. And what this is going to do for us is make a gable front. And this card that we're going to do is actually a locking gatefold on there, so that you can just show off your designer paper and then have a fun way of getting into your card. So inside is a traditional 4" by 5 1/4 that would layer just on the front or inside of any other regular card, but we're going to place that on the inside to make it easy to write a little note. And then we also have our 3 different designer papers. You can make them all the same, or you can mix them up. These ones are specifically from Abstract Beauty, which is in the spring catalog. It has a lot of fun colors, and it even has some foil in it. So you can get these in a size of 4 by 6, and that's kind of what determined that these would be 1 by 3. So I got 8 of these same patterns from 3 different sheets of the designer paper. And you can use anything, but I really feel like the tiny patterns on these small pieces show up really great. And then I went ahead and I found another matching color. That's crushed curry. And so what we're going to do is use our adhesive. I like to use the mono liquid glue, and it allows me to move things around pretty easily. So go ahead and take a minute and go ahead and glue your designer papers that are 1 by 3 onto your cardstock layers. And I do have a couple of other samples where they're not all designer series paper. There was some stamping on them too, so you may want to do stamping if you want to put a sentiment on these. You certainly can. And I always like to add my glue or any adhesive to my smallest piece, and then I put it on here. Now my 5-year-old will tell me that's not what we do at daycare, but that's okay. So I have those all layered up, and then I am going to go back and grab that full base. You can take your bone folder and crease these, making sure that these meet up the best they can in the center. It's not a huge deal if they don't. Handmade with love. So then I have on my finished one, I was playing around. I didn't want to do more paper back here. I wanted to stamp. So I added some little hearts from Rainbow of Happiness. I really like this set. And next week I'm going to be using the free celebration paper that goes along with this. So there's hearts, there's sprinkles, and ooh, there's even raindrops. And then on the inside I use that phrase too. So we'll go ahead and do some stamping to decorate this. If you want, you can do your stamping now, or you can add that at a little later time. So I have my little hearts. I'm gonna make sure that I get them out on the edge because my paper, my locking fold, is going to be through the middle. So I just did a few there. And while I have my ink out, I am going to stamp my inside sentiment. A little something to brighten your day. And then I just want to set that down and hold that there. Probably should have a mat underneath, but it worked out okay for me. And then add some hearts too. Cute. So we'll give that a second to dry. And I'm gonna do my inside. I'll put this on the inside, and then we'll go ahead and set up the locking fold. I'll show you my trick for that. So it should be dry. It wasn't super juicy. You can use whatever glue or tape runner that you have available. I find, oh, it dripped. I'll get that cleaned up there. Thankfully, it is pretty user-friendly. Even my kids are doing pretty good using it. So I like to press and let the glue move around so you can see there might be a little bit of white peeking through. But I am going to try a couple of different options here. Oh, see, that one heart got covered up. And I think I want my flowers to be spread apart here. So I just want to get an idea for where I want those spaced, and I like where those are going. So the top and bottom ones, we're going to do well, all of them have dimensionals, but the top and bottom will do adhesive on the left, and then the middle one will do adhesive on the right. So my trick for that is I'm just kind of going to lay this in the same area that I want to stick it down. And I completely ran out of regular size dimensionals, so all I have are the minis. But my trick for any kind of fun fold when you're doing dimensionals to adhere it is that you put these on the edge of the flap, and then your other dimensionals you want to put on the edge of whatever flap is going on front. So that when I put this here, I'll have those four holding it onto the flap. So go ahead and put that down and give it a nice set. So then slide that one over and be mindful of your ups and downs. Right now we're making a vertical card. You could do a horizontal version, maybe with some different dimensions. Thankfully, this paper is pretty forgiving with its patterns, but my fingers are dry and these are hard to pick off because they're so tiny, but they're good for lots of things. So the regular dimensionals are quite a bit bigger, and they're my favorite, absolute favorite adhesive, hands down. So we'll go ahead and just movie magic this one. So I'll slide in my finished item, and I actually decided to pull in some gold from the foil on the paper, and I used my favorite pearls. And they are the metallic pearls. They come in silver and gold in the same package. So I just placed 3 there. I've always heard that odd numbers are best. So that is how I dress that up. And the lock will seal up like that. Sorry about the shadow there. That is my version, and my other versions that I have to show you were inspired, oh there's my puppy, by a demonstrator, Heidi Collins, and so I copied this one exactly. Yes, you can have bubble gum. My assistant. Please close the door. And so I copied her exactly. The thing that you'll notice on this is the panels for the locking are bigger. And I think I like it. I mean, it doesn't show as much of the paper behind, but when you're opening it, you see the designer paper that got layered on there. So if you wanted to do these dimensions, I can give those to you. The pattern paper, the black, and the pattern here is 1 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that's what the crushed curry cardstock was here. So then the outside layer of gray cardstock here is 1 1/2 by 3 1/2, so that you get that same layering size. And then, oh boy, the designer paper underneath the locking is, let's take a quick measurement so I don't send you in the wrong way. I have 1 7/8, so just shy of 2. And then that'll be by 5 1/4. So 1 7/8 by 5 1/4, and you'll need 2 of those pieces if you want to have them layer under the flap. And then on the inside, just finish it off with that. This is also specialty designer paper, and it has foil as well. So I embossed that, and I think that's really a nice touch. The last one, this is also one from Heidi. I didn't copy it exactly because I used the celebration paper that went with it. So I stamped my little turtles and I cut out their shells, and then I stamped them again on the white centerpiece. And this is just a cute little baby card. Haven't put anything on the inside there, but I did the same sizes with the 3 1/4 by 1 1/4, and then also using that on there, the designer paper. So I think if you want, you can mix it up. This went really nice. I was able to have multiple options out of this size, the 4 by 6 designer paper. And so you can mix and match and do what makes your heart happy, but I just like to go fun folds when I need a little mix it up. So I hope you were able to stamp along and stick along. There wasn't a whole lot of stamping to do, and that this card brings some happiness to whoever you send it to. Or if you're able to make it with your own, I'd love to see a picture of it. Please send it to me. And then next week I'm going to try and do a little bit better and not have so much technology delay, but technology is my friend when it works. So this is what we're going to do next week. This is the free celebration paper with a $50 order. So you can contact me if you'd like to get this in your next order. It's good and through the end of February. So I think I better go touch base with my puppy. He's very upset that I haven't let him come downstairs. He's been chirping back there for a little while. So I will try to get this saved and signed out, and I hope that y'all enjoyed stamping along with me, and I hope you'll come back next week and also check out my YouTube. So I'll post some links and try and get this all figured out. Come into the present day of technology, Autumn. Thanks so much. Have a good day.